So you spoke last game about how they were able to speed you guys up. Did it feel similar to that tonight in the way they were able to kind of force turnovers and generate some threes in transition?
Yeah, their activity level has gone up the last two games, and that's what you have to expect in a competitive playoff series. And we're playing in a crowd quite a bit, which there can be some good things, from that. If we read the game, read the coverages, and make the appropriate plays, but you have to give them credit for their activity. And they jammed us up, several times in the paint, with quick hands, strip downs, things of that nature. We have to shore that up. It's 2 games in a row of that. We do have to be aggressive and then make the appropriate plays with appropriate spacing.
With 2 chances still to close out the series, but with 2 losses by 30 total points, mentally, are you concerned about where this team is? Can you just tell us sort of in the locker room, where is this team?
Who cares about mood? We have a gnarly group, so I think so much of that is overrated. It's a competitive series. You always expect, things to be challenging in the conference finals. One game doesn't lead to the next game. Based on all the experience that we've had, it doesn't matter in the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you lose by whatever. We beat them by whatever in game 3. It just doesn't matter. It's about collectively preparing and putting together a great game. We'll play much better on Saturday, and that's all we just have to focus on right now.
Spo, we're so used to seeing Jimmy play at such a high level in the postseason. From what you saw tonight, why do you think he struggled to find his rhythm?
Our offense was disjointed a little bit. We weren't able to initiate our offense, get the ball where we needed it to go in spots where you could operate. If we can get Jimmy in his comfort zones and strength zones more consistently, he'll be just fine. And we'll work on that. The next 48 hours, but collectively we do have to play with more intention and force and poise offensively, which we're fully capable of doing.
With the way they're jamming you up, you said offensively, does that require quicker decisions a little bit?
Yeah, I think, in the second half we had some more decisiveness, with our on the catch, on the dribble, things like that. And, when teams step up their pressure, that's what you have to be. You have to make quicker decisions and be decisive with your actions. Now that this is the expectation of how they're playing with that type of activity, it's our turn now to respond to that. And a lot of times that decisiveness and spacing and making the right play can lead to open shots.
And I know Vincent's key to your 3-point volume, but are you happy with the number of threes you've got up today?
I didn't even see. I assume it's a low number. If they're... Yeah, and they shot whatever they shot. Look, as long as we're getting intentional with our offense and we're playing how we want to play, we've proven that we can win, with whatever number of 3-point attempts. I don't think we got to our strength zones enough tonight. So sometimes that'll lead to paint attacks, rim attacks, free throws. Sometimes it'll lead to threes, but it's more the intention of how we're executing our offense.
Eric, you obviously went to Highsmith in the second half, mixed up a couple things. With the way the Celtics have played the last 2, do you have to consider a more permanent lineup change for this series?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who's available, see if Gabe's available. I can't answer that right now. But it's always good, when a guy comes in and plays some productive minutes and see some good things happen. But we'll see.
How is the way they cover Bam, defend Bam, evolved over the series, and how has that maybe changed the way he has to get his shots?
Yeah, that's born out of respect, right? He was aggressive and able to get to the rim and able to get to his spots. And so they've now made him operate in a crowd. that's a good thing. That's what great players usually command is, a second defender. But I thought his decisiveness on a couple plays in the second half were key, and he just needs to get into, the rhythm of how they're defending him, and we'll see if we can get him in places where he can feel more comfortable to be able to get to his spots. And we all have to, make sure that our two main guys are playing in their strength zones, and that's on all of us. That's on me. And that's on everybody executing with intention.
This last one.
Yeah, Coach, just following up sort of what John was talking about. With Gabe out, I know Jimmy missed the second game against New York, but you guys had such a rhythm and the toughness that he gives you. Is that something? I know you're the last one to make excuses, but is that something?
No, there's no excuses.
Yeah.
No, not at all. But the Celtics outplayed us tonight. Yeah, that would be a disservice to how they took control of this game. Okay, thank you.